How long do you think you could live a double life before it all came crashing down? For one woman, the answer was exactly 8 months. This is the story of how she dated two best friends at the same time, created two entirely different personas, and kept it all organized with two phones and a color-coded notes app. And it all ended with two engagement rings and one disastrous dinner reservation. Meet Rachel, a 28-year-old marketing professional. To the outside world, she was charming and successful. But secretly, she was leading two lives. It started on Hinge, where she met Jake, a 30-year-old software engineer. He was the safe choice, dependable, thoughtful, and totally focused on their future together. For him, she became Emma, a mysterious freelance photographer. Their tradition was Tuesday night dates. Emma was artsy, a bit reserved, and often traveling for photo shoots, which explained why she was only free once a week. She used perfect grammar in her texts and had a fake Instagram filled with artsy photos to complete the illusion. Just a week after meeting Jake, Rachel matched with Connor on Bumble. Connor, a 29-year-old personal trainer, was Jake's best friend of over 15 years, though Rachel didn't know that yet. Connor was the exciting choice, spontaneous, adventurous, and passionate. For him, she became Lily, a down-to-earth, night shift nurse. Her demanding hospital schedule was the perfect excuse for only being available on Fridays and for weekend adventures. Lily was all about emojis and quick replies. She lived in the moment and had her own separate phone and fake Instagram account to match. For 8 months, Rachel juggled these two men and their two distinct worlds. She was a master of compartmentalization. Her notes app was her Bible, color-coded to perfection. Blue for Jake, green for Connor. She tracked every detail, their family members' names, their allergies, inside jokes, and even the gifts they exchanged. She had a different wardrobe for Emma than she did for Lily. She was meticulous, never posting on her real social media and carefully avoiding any locations where her two lives might overlap. With Jake, she was Emma, discussing art, documentaries, and plans for marriage. With Connor, she was Lily, talking about skydiving, last-minute road trips, and living for today. She genuinely cared for both men, just in very different ways. Jake fulfilled her need for stability, while Connor satisfied her craving for excitement. The first sign of trouble came 2 months in, when Jake mentioned his best friend, Connor, by name. Rachel's heart must have stopped. She realized the two men in her life were inseparable. But instead of ending it, she doubled down, convinced she could keep the plate spinning. And for a while, it worked. The men trusted each other completely and never thought to compare notes. Why would they? Who would even do something like this? At the 4-month mark, Emma told Jake she loved him. 2 months later, Lily told Connor the same. The lie began to unravel when both relationships hit the 8-month mark. Rachel was getting comfortable, maybe even a little sloppy. She started wearing the same perfume on dates with both men and accidentally told them the same childhood stories, just with slightly different details. The real collision course began on a Wednesday. First, Jake called ecstatic. He told Emma he was planning to propose next month at their special spot by the lake. 10 minutes later, a text from Connor buzzed on her other phone. He'd just bought a ring for Lily. The walls were closing in. The final nail in the coffin came 3 days later. Jake, wanting the proposal to be perfect, called his best friend for help. "Hey man," he said, "I need you to help me set up some lights by the lake next weekend. I'm proposing to Emma." There was a pause on Connor's end. "That's crazy," Connor replied. "I just reserved that exact spot for the same weekend. I'm proposing to my girlfriend, Lily." Jake described Emma Morrison. Connor's girlfriend was Lily Morrison. They sent pictures. Their blood ran cold. It was the same woman. The same laugh. The same birthmark on her shoulder. Connor even recognized a necklace he'd given Lily in one of Jake's photos with Emma. For the next 3 days, they didn't confront her. Instead, they put their 15-year friendship first and became detectives. They compared every text, every story, every photo. The two separate lives Rachel had so carefully constructed were being pieced together into one horrifying puzzle. The betrayal was immense, but their bond was stronger. They decided she didn't deserve a quiet breakup. She deserved to face what she had done. So, they set a trap. Both Jake and Connor texted her separately, inviting her to dinner at Giuseppe's Italian restaurant that Saturday at 7 p.m. Rachel, planning to meet Jake, dressed as Emma, artsy, sophisticated. She walked into the restaurant, scanned the room for Jake, and then she saw it. Jake and Connor, sitting together at the same table, waiting for her. The panic in her eyes was immediate. Jake spoke first, his voice cold. "Emma, or is it Lily? Have a seat." Connor leaned forward. "We've been comparing notes for the last 3 days." The color drained from her face as Jake said, "I was going to propose to you next week." Connor added, "Me too. Had the ring and everything." All Rachel could whisper was, "I couldn't choose." Jake's response was devastatingly simple. "You don't love anyone. You love the idea of being wanted." Then, in a powerful act of solidarity, both men stood up together. They put their arms around each other, a united front. They told her she'd done them a favor by showing her true colors before she could destroy their friendship for good. And without another word, they turned and walked out of the restaurant, leaving her completely alone at the table. In the aftermath, Rachel sent dozens of desperate texts and voicemails, all of which were ignored. Jake and Connor changed their numbers and strengthened their bond, turning the traumatic experience into a legendary story. Rachel, on the other hand, moved away and deleted her social media. But did she learn her lesson? About 6 months later, Jake matched with a new woman on Hinge who mentioned a bizarre story about an ex who was juggling multiple guys. It turned out to be Rachel. She was in a new city, running the exact same playbook on a new set of unsuspecting men. Today, Jake is happily married to a woman with, in his words, one name and one life. Connor is engaged to someone who doesn't need a color-coded app to keep her story straight. Their friendship is stronger than ever. And Rachel? She's reportedly still out there, a ghost on dating apps, forever chasing the thrill of being wanted, but ultimately, always ending up alone. This story is a wild ride, but it's also a powerful lesson. Deception always has an expiration date. What do you think? Was Rachel a villain or just deeply flawed? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more crazy stories.